John, very good to see you. Today we are talking about the 401k rollover mistake that is costing retirement savers billions. There are so many benefits to rolling your 401k into an IRA, but it turns out workers are missing out on billions in investment gains by pulling their retirement savings out of the stock market after switching jobs. So tell us about what's often happening when people are rolling that 401k into an IRA.
Well, I think there's two things that are going on. I think people are in that mentality of, put that money in cash. I don't have to worry about it going down. And a lot of times, the big trouble that would happen is a couple of years ago when rates were really at that low rate environment. That money would just sit there in cash for multiple years, and you lose the compounding and all those things that go into it.
hmm I'm glad you brought that up because I want you to explain exactly why sitting in cash is so detrimental when it comes to saving for retirement. And you just touched on the power of compound interest.
Sure, you lose the compounding interest. You also lose the dollar cost averages you have along the way. So that means sometimes the market's up, sometimes the market's down. When you have some dividends and things of that nature coming into the account, it's buying into new shares at better prices. And really just using that compounding effect of the market over the long term versus sitting in maybe cash that maybe at best during the low rate environment, you were making 1%. Right now, maybe we're at a position where we're making maybe 4 or 5% on that. But the thing is, the Fed could be changing the rates here shortly.
Right. We're expecting that in early September. So, according to Vanguard, for investors under age 55, they estimate that the long term benefit of investing in even just a target date fund instead of sitting in cash upon rollover is equivalent to $130,000 at the time of retirement.
Yeah, and you know what? I think the big part of this one, people are busy, more than ever. Sometimes it's even hard to get people in the office and not just do the Zoom thing. And what I would say that a lot of times that we're running into is they just don't have time to go back and look at their account. And they don't have time to go do the investment, know what to go into. And so they just end up leaving it in cash. And all of a sudden they look back and 10 years later, they're still sitting in the same account they were. And it's just not getting invested.
Right, right. Yeah, Vanguard is estimating that one third of people are still in cash 7 years later. So that is so significant. John, clearly that mistake wouldn't happen if you're working with a financial advisor. So if somebody would like your help investing their IRA or just working with you to create a financial plan, how can they get a hold of you?
Yeah, 440-471-4300. We also have a website, clarkwealthadvisor.com, that you can go and visit and kind of click around and see what we're about. But yeah, we're good at staying on top of people, and sometimes it's not the right time. Sometimes we just have to wait for the ability for them to get a new job, things like that. But really, it's important to just keep track of your financial assets so they're working for you in a passive way, so you don't have to worry about them in the future.
Absolutely. Right. Well said. John, thank you for your time today.
Take care.